PlanetMe DnD. Previously.
So what the hell are you asking me for? I mean, you got a guide right here. Good Lord. You guys appreciate paying you 30 gold pieces to watch me kill you in one shot like a deal's a deal, but geez, all right.
Hey, Aria, do you know why we're supposed to be looking for this?
Do you know what the phasing stone is?
I have not been given that information. I know that the phasing stone is really important for a crucial step in overthrowing the founders who are running all of the human presence in the solar system.
And you guys laid down for a beautiful night under the stars in your bedrolls with a nice hot fire and some cured meat. And Latria gets you some berries from a local bush she knows. That didn't sound right. Welcome to PlanetMe D&D with Laz, Lucas, and Seth.
And don't forget Arya.
Welcome back, everyone. So we did a little bit of character management here. So Laz and Lucas and Latria have leveled up. So Laz put 2 points into Constitution, which is a good thing because he is the tank. So now you're at 14, so that's good. You were at 12, now you're at 14. So good job on that. Yes, we appreciate that. And and you got a couple spells. We'll save them until you want to use them because I think it's a little bit more fun. Lucas actually he leveled up. He got a couple cantrips, which is cool. What cantrips did you choose?
Blade Ward and Magic Stone.
Blade Ward and Magic. Oh, you did decide to go with Magic Stone?
Yeah.
Okay. So Blade Ward and Magic Stone. So I was talking to Lucas. I was like, all right, Lucas, this is your opportunity so where you don't have to say, I'll just swing my mace. Just pick a cantrip that does offensive damage. You make 3 stones. We'll cover what they do when we run into them. That's for sure. And you also got a few spells. Same thing. I don't even know what the spells are. We're going to keep them a secret. Actually, I know one of them because we talked about it. So couple things, couple little notes here. So we were talking about just trying to stay off the mic a little bit. I'm getting better at the editing. That's for sure. Like I know how to edit. I've been editing shows for almost a decade now. Like
everything. You've been editing everything.
I do. I edit everything. But the thing is, like when I'm editing, I've got so much in my mind still, trying to like make sure everything anyway, long story short, the editing is getting a little bit tighter, which I'm really, really happy about. Spoke to Lucas about not rolling the dice while he just loves D&D so much.
He just loves D.
Yeah, that too. So, but yeah, he likes to just roll the dice for no reason, which we appreciate it. You know, we definitely appreciate the enthusiasm. But you got that, right, Lucas? You're good on that?
He tried to come back. It's too late.
Yeah, for sure. So, which is usually the case. Last thing, and I actually helped Laz. So I got Laz a couple sets of dice. I got him a green set. I got him this, if you want to hold it up to the camera so I got him this reddish, bluish color as well. For those of you listening, it's like a red-blue swirl. I don't know. I just want him to have options in case he needs to roll 2d10s somewhere down the line. But anyway, he was just getting so confused. And I legit, over the last, the first four episodes that I edited, I spent over an hour combined just editing out time spent for you guys looking for your fucking dice. Oh, and that's another thing.
That's your fault.
Yeah, it is. I gave him too many dice. And we're going to cut back on I just did it. We're going to cut back on the F-bombs. Because here's the thing. We're doing our other show is kind of part of it, but I think we should try to be a little bit more wholesome. And if one of us was dropping them, but when 3 of us drop them, it's just it's left and right. So we're going to work on the language as well, folks.
How bad was I?
Well, you're definitely the worst.
Okay.
But that's
sorry.
only because I was purposefully being conscious of it, and I'd actually spoken to Lucas. I was like, Lucas, let's try to we're going to cut back on these for this show. And then I stopped doing it, and then Lucas caught on. He stopped doing it, but I never told you. So of course, because it's not on your mind, but we're all, so you could say Flarin, Flaffin, Frack, I think was Battlestar Galactica. So we're working on it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen. So where we last left off, Latria, Xavier, and Adreil were in the wilderness or in the grasslands. They had traveled. They escaped those of justice. They traveled about 7 days through the woods. They got onto the grasslands. They had just caught an elk, and that elk ended up reaping, and the hunter that ended up getting gored by the elk left some salt. So you guys were able to essentially get lots of rations. I said it was 20 worth of rations, and that split between the two of you. I already put it on your sheet. Laz, Lucas, you have 23 rations. I kind of calculated with the ones you already had before and those. So I think I'm going to cap the rations at 20 because the rations thing just got way out of hand. And so moving forward, when we get there, we're going to change that up just a little bit. But anyway, long story short, it's the next morning. You guys had a great sleep. You really enjoyed the berries that Latria got from the bush that she knows. And so next morning, and you guys spend an extra day there. So you are going to start off by rolling for a random encounter. And Lucas, I'm going to have you go ahead and roll first.
Okay. And actually, before we continue, my screen is showing game pause still.
Okay. There you go.
And he's rolling
just
with
like
dice.
that. There you go. Little space bar. All right, roll the d20. Tell us what you get.
Still showing
Lucas.
the word. Oh, never mind.
20 Ds.
Big D20.
Right across the face. 12? Yeah, 12's not going to do it. So yeah, you guys wake up. Nothing really happened overnight. It's a fresh day. The morning dew is, just starting to evaporate off the grass, and you decide to trudge along. And you also lose one of those rations, so you guys are now down to 22. But the good thing is you guys won't have to do any hunting for quite some time, that's for sure. So, and then you guys move on to the next one here. You're coming up to the river. Excuse me, is this Adreil and Xavier?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Who might this
perfect.
be?
This is well, I'm not supposed to tell you who I am, but I'm coming from an important message, and give me 1 second. I'm going to patch you in. Hello, Adreil, Xavier.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Adreil, Xavier. Yeah, this is Talar from the Venture, your captain.
Where the hell have you
How's it
been?
going?
So we're sorry to have left you guys down there, and I'm sorry we put you in the position. We did not expect them to put you in a prison cell. I'm very, very sorry, but I'm glad you broke out. Now that you're out, we can start to transmit some data to you through Aria to give you just a little bit more information what's going on. Are you guys doing okay down there?
We're okay now, but why the hell did you leave us?
Well, I mean, you decided to take this mission, and we didn't tell you what you were supposed to be doing. We told you at the very end. We felt that you guys were perfect for this specific mission. We also knew there's a possibility you might die. There's a possibility you still might die. But we're here for you, and we're going to do everything we can to help you from afar. We can't let them know we're anywhere near you. This is a long-range transmission.
So much for the helping the good.
Well, I mean, we will be able to fill you in a little bit better when you get back to the ship. But for now, we have to make sure we keep all the information minimal. And once again, we're going to start transmitting data to Aria to give you a little bit more information on the phasing stone.
Heard that. Copy.
And Adreil, nothing to say as usual, huh?
Yeah, I have to say, he's just as quiet as he always is. Every time we start a new show. It's amazing, isn't it, folks? Thank you, you're all week.
Of course. I try to be impressive.
Wow, even when you call him out, he has nothing to say.
Yeah.
Is there anything we need to get from you?
As of right now, As of right now, you have nothing you need to get from me. We will be in touch soon. Transmission has ended. All right, so here we are, and you guys just get the transmission, and then Latria goes, so I've been wanting to ask you guys this for a while now. It seems like every single time, I don't know, you guys just seem to talk to yourself a lot. talking to this Arya person. Now, I don't know who you were talking to before. So, who are you guys talking to?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Adreil, anything to add here? You seem like the intelligent one of the group.
First off, thank you.
You're welcome.
And second off, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow. Okay. So you guys do know that you talk to yourself, right?
Some long travels, you know. We just take us to where we're supposed to be going. That you said you're going to help us out with.
Okay.
For the record, it wouldn't be that much of a problem to tell her, but
Comma.
Did you really just do voice
Oh my God.
That's staying.
Fucking A.
That's
No,
staying
it's because
in.
that's
If
how
that
you
gets
have to
deleted.
talk when you do voice to text. It's funny. I
God,
kind of
yo,
went
you
into
have
that. Wow. Okay.
Oh, you're doing voice to text.
Yeah, voice
Copy.
to text.
it might not be the worst thing in the world to tell her about
Comma.
me, but at the same time, it is kind of funny.
All right. So
Adreil, do you feel like we can let her in on some of our secrets?
Yeah, I think she's pretty well proven herself at this point to at least be, trustworthy with some information. She has shot a lot of people.
All right, Latria. You already know where we're looking for something specific.
yeah, something about the stone, the hazing stone, or
The
something.
It's called a phasing stone.
Phasing stone. Okay, sure. Yeah.
So basically, we're on a mission. It's a very secretive mission.
Okay.
And we don't know who we can bring in on it or not. So you did help us a lot.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you letting me know. Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
Who the hell are you guys talking to?
Ourselves.
We do have a new technology that I don't know if your tribe or group is familiar
Tribe?
with.
Okay, sure. We have working lights, solar panels, but we have gotten some electricity here. It is new to us, but I do believe we're past, tribal state.
Yes, but we have... I don't even fucking know how to explain it. I don't even know how to explain it, but...
A communication device.
Okay, so one of those like ear things, right?
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
implanted in our ears.
All right. I mean, I've heard of something like that, but usually you have someone else you're talking to, and I just noticed you guys aren't talking to anybody. Like, I don't know. I'm just okay because you're not talking to each other. That's for sure.
The ship that we came from dropped us off, and they're able to communicate with us.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Good to know. All right. So you guys aren't crazy. Because, to be honest with you, I didn't know if I was going to just start bolting for it now that we're close. But, okay. Well, let's continue on.
Well, some of us are a little crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, she laughs. Like, I think I can agree with that. I mean, I'm kind of crazy. That's for sure.
I saw Adreil playing with your bush earlier while I was pretending to sleep.
I'm not really sure. Actually, I mean, I sleep pretty soundly, but I'm pretty well aware. I was wrapped up pretty tight. I don't even know how that's possible. I mean, both of you get to meditate for 4 hours. I do have to get my 8 hours of sleep. But I doubt that's possible. She's kind of like, doesn't really know how to react necessarily. She's not even sure if she really thought you meant what you thought you meant, so to speak. So you guys, all right. So it's an interesting morning for you guys. You decide to move on with your day, walking through the grasslands, fairly uneventful for the most part. Laz, your turn to roll for a random encounter.
20?
Ooh.
Well, if you roll a 20, you get to add plus
No, I'm
2.
saying, what am I rolling?
Yeah, D20. Yes.
I was going to say, you got a 20 on
9.
that? Nice.
A 9. Okay. No random encounter, which is, could be good, could be bad.
There's no plus on that, right?
There's no plus on that.
All right, cool.
Correct. Not on that, anyway. It's just a straight 15 or above is a random encounter. So you guys travel through the day. Nothing really eventful happens. and you decide to get a really, good night's sleep or meditation, you can knock down another one of those rations, which I think brings you to 21. And pretty uneventful. Although I have to say, Lucas, it's kind of been in the back of your mind. You haven't 100% sure like exactly what it is. But the two of you too, every once in a while you guys just hear some unusual sloshing sound going on. Like it's just like something's just like sloshing around in a jug or whatever. So just something to keep an eye on, just something to remember. So
is it Tito's?
It is definitely not Tito's.
Wild turkey.
Jeez.
Is it wild turkey?
It is not wild turkey either. Oh. That's pretty true. Do. So, all right. And by the way, Lucas, your gun, you're gonna get one shot per fight on that gun. So I will incorporate leveling up of the gun parts and stuff like that to where that will. But I just feel like it's so OP. Like I said, I didn't expect you guys to get in the room, and if you did, I thought it might be a run situation because he was so powerful. But you guys worked it out.
Where's the faith? Where is the faith?
Well, no, it's just like, and that's what when you start learning how to be a DM and research it. In fact, my friend Mike, the one who's really been guiding me through a lot of the unknowns, like you can do a lot of research online, but the things like, and he was like, listen, just so you know, whatever you make, whatever you build, they will find a way to go off path. It's gonna happen. So it worked out. But the fact that you have it, I just can't allow you to have a D10 freaking like unlimited gun. Like there's just like right now, there's just no way. And but we will find ways for you to find parts to level up and stuff down the way. That's for sure. So all right, so you guys decide to move forward. It's another day. Do. And you get to the river. You do find a spot where you have to kind of wade through a little bit, but you do find, and maybe a little bit of swimming, but you guys are okay. In fact, one of you has unending breath. One of you can like hold your breath for like ever.
I do.
I'm not sure. It's you? Yeah. So you could literally, as long as you're conscious, you're good. And that is a trait with your race. So Latria, you kind of get along. She opens up a little bit more just because, she doesn't think you're crazy, and she's happy you're starting to share some stuff with her. By the way, just so you know, your secrets are safe with me. Like if you guys knew the type of stuff I did, that if my father ever found out, in fact, he's probably going to be pretty upset that that was even up there at all. So I have my fair share of secrets, and especially ones that you guys are in on. So I really appreciate it.
Is there anything else we need to know about?
With your dad, if we ever meet him, should we bring up the fact that you've killed people?
I mean, I feel like he probably knows but doesn't want to know.
Be like a yay.
I mean, it's up to you. If you're a tattletale and you're in snitches get stitches, I mean, absolutely go for it.
I just want to make sure, in case we're regaling him with the tale of how we rescued you, if we should bring up the fact that you shot a man.
Well, I mean, that's up to you. I feel like it's a strange question, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're so inclined, that's fine.
I think it's a need-to-know basis. Okay. Leave it alone.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with Xavier here. She looks at Xavier and she kind of smiles like, at least, you get it.
I'll be seeing that push zone.
Jesus. You too.
Wow, guys. Once again, who the hell did they stick me with on this island in the middle of nowhere to look for a stone that nobody knows what it even looks like?
All right, Lucas. So, Lucas, you're going to roll for a random encounter.
Okay, and actually, I'll roll for random encounter, but would I also be able to do a search roll?
A what roll?
Search.
What would you be searching for?
Rocks.
Oh, pebbles. Well, you know what? You're right over. Yep. That's interesting. You mentioned it right there. You're right over rivers, so I feel like, and bring the mic just a little bit closer, maybe just a touch.
Better.
Don't be shy. Get a little closer.
Well, I don't want to block this with the camera.
It's all good. I can turn you up a little bit here too. I got a little bit of space. All right, so yeah, you're right by a river. So, yeah, if you want to grab a bunch of them and put them into a bag, like how many? Because the spell is you can use 3 pebbles, right? Okay.
So I would rather. So would I be able to pick up 15?
Well, let's do it this way. How many hours do you want to look?
2.
Actually, do this. Roll a d6. That's how many hours, and then we'll multiply that by 20. I feel like you should be able to find 20 pebbles on a riverbed per hour.
I rolled a 1.
A 1?
A 1.
Wow. All right. Well, Laz, were you looking for pebbles too to help him out?
What would I be doing if I'm not?
That's true. All right. Roll a d6.
6.
Really?
Nice.
Look at you. All right. So there you go. You get
my hero.
140 pebbles.
My hero.
I mean, I guess you'll find a place to put them, you know?
I have the, what is it called?
What's that?
The bottomless sack.
Yes, you do. Yeah. It's not bottomless. It's the sack of holding, the bag of holding.
Remember when we first did it? It was bottomless.
Yeah, but then I looked it up to like clarify.
Oh man,
because I didn't know you were gonna even get that one either. I wasn't sure. Like,
once you got like the bottomless sack, we could put anything in the sack, and it's
500 pounds and 16. But here's the thing: once you guys get to the ship, you'll be pulling stuff out, taking stuff in. You're gonna have inventory. You're gonna be deciding what items you want to take to the next planet. So there's going to be a lot of emptying and filling it, I think. So yeah, 140 pebbles.
So I got a stupid question.
Yep.
Do I have any pockets?
No, you have a bag. You have your bag.
Okay.
Yeah. What are we going to be using these pebbles for?
It's a cantrip that he has. It's his offensive cantrip. So when he gets to using it,
I'm holding them for him.
You don't. Yeah, I mean, if you have 140, Lucas, just put 140. Somewhere.
Lucas could have 100 of the 400.
Well, here's the thing: they're pebbles. Like, how much space can 140 pebbles take? Maybe I feel like you could probably 2 hands together.
Yeah.
So maybe like 2 cups.
I don't want those pebbles in my bag.
So I don't think we have to worry about it. But 140, that's a lot. That's plenty.
Yeah.
I think their DMs are like, bro, you can't let him. But I was like, you know what? I want him to be able to just use a spell, and there you go. All right, so Lucas, D20 for encounter? Or random encounter?
Lucas again? It's my turn.
Oh, is it?
Is
9.
Oh, you got a 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so no random encounter.
I rolled for the search.
You guys have a great night's sleep. You get a little spot against the water. Knock off another one of your rations. Latria's, it's like, oh, the pebbles. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen a spell like that. It's been a while, but I am familiar with it. It is kind of cool. Because remember, they are the magic people. So she's like, just the fact you guys are, looking for some pebbles for a spell. She likes you guys even more because that further separates you from the humans, of course, who, when they came into the solar system, had no magical abilities whatsoever. And some have gotten, some have learned and passed it to their next generation. But for the most part, there's not a lot of magic users within tall folks, human-esque looking individuals like yourselves. So yeah, you move on to the next one. Anything you want to look for or questions about or anything like that? All right, so let me move the map here. Just zoom in just a little bit, just because we're getting closer. Getting closer, folks. Okay, so no random encounter. It's pretty, fairly not eventful day, and you guys have a good night's sleep underneath the stars and crickets and all that doobly-doo. And we move into a new day. And with that new day is a new dawn. Still hear that weird sloshing sound. You just can't quite place it. In fact, when you turn around, it's behind you again. And
can we search for that sloshing sound?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Can we each do a perception check? Like, is that allowed? Can we do like a back-to-back perception? Okay.
100%.
What is
I know
that noise?
So yeah, if you guys want to each roll a perception check, this would be using sound, I think, more than sight.
Okay, and that would be that would
D20, D20,
would-
and you're going to add your perception modifier.
13 plus 2, 15.
15. Okay, Lucas.
Are you guys hearing this?
Yeah. I'm
Or you guys are
hearing it.
pretending not to hear it?
I mean, I to be honest with you, I have heard it, but you guys, I mean, for a while, you guys were talking to yourself, so, But
Where
with a
is-
15, you find it is, you kind of
wisdom.
you've found that it is kind of it's coming from your massive bag, your bag of holding, Laz. I mean, Xavier.
Let's see what we have in here.
So
Let's empty out the bag.
So yeah, you empty out the bag, and amongst all the other things, you hear a bunch of sloshing around when the bag, like everything hits the ground, and then shortly thereafter, the sloshing just kind of disappears.
What?
Yeah. As soon as everything hits the ground, the sloshing stopped. But it definitely was something that had to do with you dumping out the bag, that's for sure.
So it was just making noise as it swung against my body.
I mean, it's not the bag.
So what fell out of the bag?
I mean, so whatever you had.
Earmuffs, unidentified stroll, health stim, ordinate dagger, the pebbles, but the noise was before the pebbles.
And did you have the jug written down on your...
No.
Lucas, did you have it? Because Lucas is the one who found it. Was it on your sheet? But it is... You're carrying it, but Lucas found it. So is the jug. Is the last item.
So what was it?
I don't know. You guys are going to have to...
What's in the jug?
Can I just do a save throw now, just in case?
I mean, do you want to put yourself on alert just in case something crazy happens?
Yeah.
And then if anything happens, you'll be able to roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So that's a D20.
So what do you... No, well, no, you're not going to use it now. You're going to... First, you got to open it, see if anything happens.
But hold on. It only moved while we were moving. So
Well, I would
Sloshed.
hope
Sloshed
it's-
while you were moving.
So
Yeah,
it's
but when we
more
stop-
than likely a liquid.
So why would we not know that that's what it was?
I'm not saying
But-
you would. I'm not saying you wouldn't. I'm just telling you. See, that's the thing. In the very beginning, when we started the show, I was giving you a lot more hints. I was leading you a little bit more, but now I'm letting the game be played the way it's supposed to be played. So, Lucas, if you want to lift it up and take a look, or write it up, I guess, and take a look, you're just going to have to tell me that's what you want to do, and then we will explore further.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Okay. So what do you do?
Adreil, what's in your jug?
So the jug's actually it's essentially corked at the top, big
Yeah.
dome, corked at the top. It's got some ornamentals like zigzags on it.
So I pick it up and
Okay,
put
it
my
starts
hand,
sloshing again,
Yep.
like when you pick it up.
and I put my hand over it, such as I'm opening a bottle of champagne.
Okay, sure.
Just
I mean, it kind
like-
of stopped sloshing once it got settled into its location wherever you're holding it.
and I carefully lift or pull out the cork
Okay.
or the stopper. You didn't really say what it was, so I'm just going to go with cork or stopper.
Sure. So nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
No.
Okay, I put the cork back in. That's good enough.
Okay.
I think you should drink some of it.
There's no. I mean, you can.
Am I-
I'm just gonna save the time. And tell you, there's nothing inside it. It's empty.
So what
Nothing?
I hate Seth, kid. We could have just kept walking. Continue.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you this. This is one of those items that you're gonna want to get identified. This is an item where, just like one of you has a dagger. So
Can
this
we
is
smell
something.
it?
But they do have. Here's the thing. They do have these quirks about them. I didn't want to bring it up earlier on in the story. Like, I kind of wanted things to play out a little bit more, but they have these quirks in them that, so this is an item, and when you identify it, you'll know what it is. But this is one of the quirks of those items is it makes noise when it sloshes about. That's all. So
it's empty right now.
Things don't slosh when they're empty, but it's empty and it was sloshing.
So was it empty when we picked it up?
Yeah. I mean, you don't know. You didn't look. But Laz, I do believe it is your turn to roll for a random encounter.
One.
Random encounter.
No?
7.
No random encounter. You guys have been rolling crap. That's okay. So as another day goes by, you feel like some of the mystery of the sloshing has abated. I feel like at this point you're close enough to home that Latria is like, all right, I feel like we can go to the road now. I think we should be safe. It's still another day's worth of travel, but I feel like this far down, we should be good to go. So you guys go another day's worth of travel on the road, along the edge of the woods, and it's actually a rainy day today, which you haven't seen for a while, so it's a little bit miserable. You guys don't have anything really to keep the rain off you per se, other than your sodden armor and your leather armor or whatever. But that's all right. You guys are used to being outdoors, and it's not that big of a bother. So the next day moves on, and I think Lucas, this is your turn. This is the last random encounter I think we're gonna do. Actually, no, we can do one more tomorrow because there's still like half a day in tomorrow. 12, not gonna do it. All right. So last day, we'll just you guys can knock another 2 rations off, and then this will be the last one. Laz, roll for random encounter.
17.
Still doesn't make it.
All right. So both of you roll a d10.
So much easier.
Right. Yeah, now they took like 3/4 of your dice away.
So D10.
Yep.
6.
6 plus
4.
6 plus 4, that's a 10.
What am I moving into? Which one is my plus?
What's that?
What's my plus?
No, there's no plus for this. So 10. You're starting to actually come into nighttime, and you pass by like three halflings sitting around a campfire, like just inside along the woods, and you're walking by and you can just hear them kind of getting a little bit of a argument. You can tell they're all on the same side. It's like, I know, right? And yeah, man, I can't believe it, and this and that. I was like, yeah, seriously. And do you guys just want to keep walking, or do you guys want to stop and see what's going on?
Let's stop and see what's going on.
All right. So
I was going
you guys
to see and hang back and see what they're arguing about, get a little bit more details.
Well, you guys decided to move on. So
Okay.
This is one time where maybe Lucas might have had the better idea, but it's all good. You guys go in there, and Latria actually goes first because, she's a halfling, even though she's a little bit taller than the other ones, but she like, these are my people, like, they see you, like, they're gonna lose it. So they get close and they kind of look at her, and then they look up at you guys, they're a little bit startled, and then they look down at her and like, she's like, what are you guys talking about? It's, oh, that dickhead Braddock Stone. He thinks he knows everything, and he thinks he runs everything, and we just don't like the way. And she's like, well, you might not know this, but Braddock Stone is dead. What? Are you crazy? No, I mean, I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. Braddock Stone is dead. Like, really? And we kind of look at each other. It's like, that's impossible. It's like, well, I'm telling you. And you know who I am, right? Yeah, you're Latria. You're the mayor's daughter. It's like, would I lie? No, you wouldn't lie. So they like kind of like look at her like, hell yeah. See, I was gonna say something else. Yeah, hell yeah. And they take off towards town, and they bolt out of there. Boom.
That's it.
So
That's it for that one. They're not all gonna be, this major deal. you guys go through the day. You have your cute little random encounter with the 3 people right next to town. It's interesting you got that random encounter there because that could have happened anywhere. So yeah, they run into town. They heard that Braddock Stone is dead. They can't freaking believe it. And you start to go towards town. The sun kind of sets down over the horizon. You see a dim glow of town pretty far ahead. You're halted by a pair of arrows that stick straight into the ground in front of you. As you halt to your tracks, Latria calls out an arcane phrase and hears a man call out her name. Latria? It's me. Within a moment, you find yourselves surrounded by 6 halflings with their hands on their weapons, still unconvinced. They're all wearing leather armor. Is it really you? The man says as their torches seem to light themselves. He is the tallest of the group, but still shorter than Latria. Yes, Cattell, it is. You think you see her, like, tears in her eyes? Like, oh my God, like someone from home. It's been so long. And, so she's like, yes, it is. It's great to see you. Is my father okay? She has this concern because if you remember, Plunk told her, like, your father's going to be dead. So Kalel motions, his hands down, and the other halflings, they put their weapons down. They're a little bit more at ease, his swords and bows. He's perfectly fine. There was an attempt on his life several days ago. We must take her to your father at once. Form up! So the halflings take up ensconcing positions around you. So you guys are walking through, and they're around. There's 6 of them, like, all around you, just kind of protecting you on all sides. And he asks, like, so it's great to see you. What's the story this time? And he asked, and she kind of has this, like, smirk on her face, like, I was kidnapped. He's like, you kidnapped? He's like almost in disbelief. He's like, who would believe that? And she looks around, and anywhere she can look except for you 2. And she's like, well, I mean, it's somewhat believable, right? And he laughs like, okay, Rhea, have it your way. So you walk around a while. Latria fills the group in on the escape. Kalel looks over at you 2, Xavier and Adreil. He says, wow, she sure was lucky to have you 2. Really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Wow, Lucas, good job there. Good job there. So
You're welcome.
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, can you imagine, thinking she got kidnapped? He kind of nudges you a little bit, like that's a good one. That's for sure.
Seems like she gets kidnapped all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And she told us that.
Yeah, I mean that's the story sometimes, but she kind of goes off, does her thing. We don't know what happens, and I'm always covering for her father. So yeah, you guys go for a little bit longer. He leads you across the bridge, and you guys enter into Miner's Retreat.